I'll introduce our first witness today, which is Lynetta Tipton Steed, the Executive Vice President of Business and Community Banking at Regions Bank. Regions Bank is headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama, as one of the largest full-service providers of financial services with 1,800 bank offices in 16 states across the Midwest and the South. Ms. Steed joined Regions in 1992 and is now responsible for managing Regions' credit underwriting, documentation, and administration for small businesses. And she's testifying today on behalf of the Community Bankers Association. Thank you for coming all this way. Look forward to hearing your testimony. You might turn on your mic, too. There we go.
Thank you.
And if you want to go ahead and give testimony, then we'll go through each one, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yes, sir. Chairman Graves, Ranking Member Velasquez, and members of the committee, my name is Lynetta Tipton Steed, and I am an Executive Vice President and Division Head for Business and Community Banking for Regionals Financial. Regions is a full-service financial company headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama, with over 1,800 branches and 2,200 ATMs in our 16-state footprint. I am also a member of the Consumer Banking Association Small Business Committee, which includes top small business bankers who share the goal of improving the state of small business banking, including SBA programs. Small businesses are facing a number of challenges. Weak economic conditions, high levels of unemployment, and low consumer confidence have led to low sales volumes, which have resulted in a lack of demand for small business loans. Despite the decline in overall loan demand, we continue to see healthy SBA lending. The SBA 7A and 504 programs have been effective during these economic times. Earlier this month, the SBA announced it supported $30 billion in fiscal year 2011, bringing the three-year total to over $70 billion in support of small business lending. Regions recognizes the value of SBA partnership and has a proven track record with its programs, having been a preferred lender since 1996. In 2010, Regions identified increased SBA lending as a strategic initiative. Significant resources have been devoted to this initiative to improve the delivery and efficiency of our SBA lending efforts. As a result, we have more than doubled our SBA lending staff. Regions has ranked in the nation's top 5 for overall 504 loan approvals for the past 2 years. We've also dramatically increased our 7A lending over the past year by 82%. In addition to the SBA 504 and 7A programs, Regions participated in the America's Recovery Capital Loan Program when it was in place, and recently added the Export Working Capital and Export programs as well. We intend to implement the newly named Working Capital Capline program in the first quarter of 2012, and we are strongly considering the Contract Capline program as well. So what can be done to make things better? The loan enhancements provided under last year's Small Business Jobs Act allowed the SBA to raise the guarantee on its 7A and waive certain fees on both 7A and 504 loans. While in effect, these provisions had a tremendous impact on the ability of banks and small businesses to utilize these important programs. As an example of this effectiveness, in the fourth quarter of 2010, Regions' application trends and approval trends increased by more than 25% over the prior quarter. Also, the Small Business Jobs Act's permanent increase in 7A and 504 limits from $2 million to $5 million, and its permanent increase in micro loan limits from $35,000 to $50,000 have been helpful. However, the Act only temporarily increased the cap on SBA Express loans, a subprogram of 7A, from $350,000 to $1 million, in order to expand access to much-needed working capital. A further streamlined 7A loan process would help borrowers attain loans more easily. The SBA has done a good job in enhancing this process in many ways, but there are relatively easy-to-implement adjustments that could be made to the 7A loan process that would expedite originations of small business loans. For example, allowing financial institutions to use their own application and notes for all SBA loans would be helpful. The SBA currently allows lenders to use their own notes and credit policies on express loans, which has greatly improved that process. Effective SBA lender oversight is another crucial area of concern. While there needs to be strong and consistent lender scrutiny, fluctuating economic conditions often call for flexibility. Overall, CBA's members have all reported increased efforts to help small business access capital. Many CBA members have hired new small business bankers, initiated second look programs to ensure that every possible loan is being made, and incorporated other initiatives to improve delivery of SBA programs. I could cite many good outcomes for SBA programs, but as we look forward, CBA encourages Congress to monitor the SBA guarantee levels. It is also important that they have the funding and authorization necessary to continue to work with the private sector in financing American small businesses. In conclusion, we support improvements in the SBA loan structure, but there is also a need for greater certainty in SBA programs, especially during these difficult economic times. CBA looks forward to working with this committee and the SBA to improve lending to small businesses. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before the committee to discuss the SBA and the current state of small business lending. I would be happy to address any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Steed.